Las Vegas, and welcome to Chris Garcia, the Conservative American. And I am so blessed. I got my little sister Kaylee here. She is alive. All of you that wanted to know. And we are here with Kelly Rossi, and we are going to talk about her book today. And she is a marketing whiz. We're so blessed to have her on.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about things. Kelly, what's going on?
Oh, I'm just, I've got a few things going on. Dating the Wrong Man has been out for 2.5 years now.
Scoot in a little bit. She wants to make sure when it goes up across the country that we got a good shot.
There we are.
Go ahead, Kelly, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm just here, coming and joining you guys. Keely, you won a copy of my book. Yes. A year ago or something like that.
I think it was
right when it first came out.
Yeah, off of Goodreads.
Right. Yes. It's really popular on Goodreads and Amazon, and so she won a copy. She reached out to me, and I'm like, "Let's do this." She told me her brother has a show, so thought I'd come down and.
Excellent. Dating the Wrong Man.
It is. Yes.
Look at all those bras.
I think of those. Every time I bring a book somewhere, everybody's like, "Dad, I need this."
Wow. Great. When did you write this, Kelly?
I technically wrote it in, let's see, it was 2012, and it did take a while to go through the whole editing process, and funny enough, I'm sure you know, because you know who wrote my foreword, John Russo was a big encourager of this, the Night of the Living Dead, John Russo, and so I like to say he and I had really similar characters.
Oh, wow. What's going on?
More books handing. Okay. But yeah, so what was happening is I was writing blogs about my dating life, through the years and just kind of, because I've had a very interesting, time dating. And then he was reading them. Mm-hmm. And so it started, he loves to mentor people, so he started pushing me into, all right, you gotta put this into the book, you gotta do it in the book. So eventually that's how this all came to be, and I took some of the old blogs and put it in, and then just kind of seamed it all together, and it turns into, it's my dating life through 20-something years, and then it also is a testimony of how, the changes in my own life through business and my faith and that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So you're married now, right?
I am married now.
Yeah. That's good.
We got married 2 months after the book came out. So there came a point, and he is.
Which one is he?
I know, that's the thing. It's sometimes I don't want to say it, but it's clear what's happening at the end of the book and where things are going. And so it got to the point that I was with him for a few years, and I hadn't blogged forever because I'm I have nothing to blog about. And so I was blogging about dating wrong men. What do I do? So I'm like, that's it. And I just took off. I went to Lake Las Vegas for a whole week and wrote the whole thing. And I'm like, let's just do this. Let's just get it out, because I don't know where it's going with this guy. It's really looking good. So, and then by the time it came out, he and I got engaged and got married a few months later. So.
I want to ask both of you guys a question, because me and my sis, we joke about this all the time. But tell me about what you have to go through. What kind of guys you guys go through before you find the right one? I know.
There's a lot of characters out there, and I take my real life situations in the book and I try to throw a comedic spin on it and in an entertaining way that women can relate to, because after a while it gets old, and you're like, are you kidding me? And so obviously there's reoccurring themes. But, I think no matter what in your dating habits and what you're doing, you will, the relationships that you see as a child and, how you're treated from your parents, those really form what you start getting into. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so whether it's, I have friends who they always find the freelancer. They always find this guy who's freelancer. And then I have, I always have, I had the cheater all the time. I had that. I did have to put the criminal in there, so I just ended up being a criminal, and there's, stuff like that. So I try to categorize each of my situations into something that I know in the real world women do end up doing. So, whether or not, like, the severity of each individual's case, I think it comes along with their history and their personal things that they need to overcome as an individual to get to find the right guy. Like, let's start ditching these freeloaders and find the right guys.
What about you, sis? What do you think? Do you think you have to go through a bunch of guys before you find the right one? You think you have to? I'm just putting
What
you
are
on
you
blast
saying?
on national TV. I'm just putting you on blast.
Well, yeah. I have this recurring theme where I go back.
And it's the same. Oh, are you a repeat offender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you thought?
I'm guilty. I've been
And then
guilty.
you think each time that you go back that it's going to be different.
Right. Yes. And
Well, not all the time. It's not.
We're here on the Kelly Rossi show.
Repeat offender.
it happens. I did the repeat. I mean, it's in the book too.
Wow.
And you just keep on. You want to have faith in somebody, so you keep thinking, all right, this is going to be the time they get it, and whether or not they do actually get it, it's up to them. It's not up to you, And if they can't prove it to you, what's your tolerance on that? Like, how long are you going to let the same person do this? And at some point, it's just cut it and go on. And I think my story is fantastic because that it gave hope to people that, like, I had some awful misadventures in dating, but in the end I did still meet this wonderful, amazing guy. Like, and I clearly, he's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I mean, even if you do go through these terrible times, like, there's still hope.
Now, when you say awesome, do you mean like totally awesome? Or?
I am, a child of the 80s, so obviously totally awesome. And radical sometimes.
My wife says I'm a good provider.
Okay.
That's totally awesome right there.
So if you have any advice, you have to tell you
Well,
I should say that's a compliment.
it's a good compliment. I'm just waiting for some more adjectives.
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's what they're saying. She loves me.
No, you know my husband's way of saying that he loves me. He provides what I need, my food and my, housing. And that's how he says he loves me. There we go.
Well,
Dating the wrong man.
No, but have you noticed though? What influence did your parents have?
my parents,
Yeah.
their relationship, and I do talk about this really early on because I wanted to make the point that this is what formed me. They were really more like roommates than a relationship. Didn't deal with anything. Kind of blindly walked through whatever they had going
They're
on.
still alive.
They are,
Still
yeah.
married?
Divorced. Yeah, they're divorced. They got divorced when I was 18.
Oh,
so
wow.
they just didn't have a good relationship together, and it was kind of the time when I was like the latchkey kid, and it was women were starting to get more into the workforce, and so my mom was like, I'm going to be the independent worker, and
Changed everything.
there was a time where it's like, okay, let's forget the kids, and I think I just fell into that category. I think now, where it was, kind of, I just raised myself. It was. Do you remember the latchkey thing? Like, give them a latchkey.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and that was big in
I'm
the
a little older than you. But
right, but you remember
I
it.
remember that, yeah.
And I think now people are just totally aware of that. Hey, that wasn't the best approach. Like, maybe we shouldn't allow our children to go home and raise themselves.
I think that I talked to my wife about this, but I talked to everybody about this. Yeah, I think that everybody lives and dies when they should. You have your time. My parents were old school. My grandparents were old school. I was raised like that. I became my dad. That's who you become. You become. She's very much. Her and her mom are very different as far as personalities, but she's becoming her mom.
Yeah.
My mom is independent. Her mom has her own business, very successful. Now she has her own business, very successful. I think you can't run from it. I think it's in your blood.
Yeah.
It's in your DNA. I became my dad. I mean, I sit there and I yell at her, bring me my sandwich. And that's what my dad. And I used to look like, oh my God, you're so horrible to yell at mom. I'm just saying.
I like to say I take my best qualities from my parents. I'm guilty. My dad's a extreme engineer, which also he had that going on, like very techie and not as sociable as you should be, or you want your parents to be. And sometimes I find myself doing that, and my husband's like, "Get off the phone," because I'm very much we had to have a talk when we first got together about me and my computer habits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was like, I could have been his wrong girl at the beginning because of,
I truly believe this, and I talk to my sister about this all the time. My sister's wonderful, man. She's beautiful. She's smart. My wife she's the greatest in the world. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm so blessed the people that I have around me, and I tell her all the time to just be patient because I know it gets frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
She's dating a pretty cool guy right now. And I love him with that. He's a sweet guy. Really. I don't know if he's doing this.
Is this a repeat?
I don't know. I don't know what this is, but I think he's a really cool cat.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen.
But he loves her like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
I think she's his fatal.
Yeah, you never can predict.
His what?
His fatal, like his fatal attraction, like he loves her like that.
I don't know, but I'm not
Okay,
going to throw a man under the bus because
No,
I like
that's
him.
not bad. Is that bad?
But,
And we don't. A fatal attraction situation? I'm going to say that's not okay.
Well, I mean, that's the one he's so focused on. When she wasn't around, he was only focused on her. Is what I mean by saying.
I think it's just for me because I was a bachelor for 45 years, and until I met my wife, I just think don't get into anything if you're not ready.
Right.
And that person is totally different from you. And I really think that two people have to accept each other. I think that you're not going to change anybody. Let me tell people this right now on national TV. You are not going to change anybody.
Yeah.
They are who they are. Now, you guys can negotiate some things together.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a relationship, who controls this or who's better at this, but you're not going to change.
Yeah.
That person really is giving up what they don't want to do anyway.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like, if you're better paying them than you pay them, they don't want to do that anyway. So it's not like you really took control. They just letting you do what they didn't want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that, and I tell my little sisters all the time, just have fun, enjoy yourself, and don't get into nothing serious if you're not ready to do it. I don't know what you think about that.
Right. I always say, I'm actually working on another project. I'll talk to you about that in a little bit, but,
We're going to do an hour today. Is that cool?
Should I go back?
That's fine, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just watch us for
Let me watch. I watch it. I'll be listening the whole time.
Okay. And you're taking the dog.
Yeah.
Take the dog.
You can cut. You can come. You need her for security. She'll sit with you.
Okay, so I've kind of outlined like when you're single, you want to figure out what works best for you as an individual in your life and what works best for you in a relationship, and then find the person that this kind of meshes. Like they know what they want, they know what works for them in both ways, and does this work together? And then in the case of a conflict or something like that, finding that person who is willing to work with you on.
Got it. I will be watching.
Yes.
Okay. Like 16.
She's got a computer over there. She watches the show.
Awesome. But, and finding somebody who works well in the case that there is like a conflict that comes up, because it's going to come up, and somebody who works with you knows, okay, this is, who this person is, and we want to make sure everybody's needs are met and fit together on that level. But yeah, a lot of people will just dive into it when they're young and think they know what they want, and then it just doesn't work out because they have no idea what they needed as an individual. You've got to figure that out.
No, you guys are friends. I want to hear from both of you. Because guys, we tell the truth about what guys talk about.
We talk about things. People don't think we talk about our relationships and stuff, but we do. When guys get together, they talk about, man, I don't know if I can, this girl is. What do you guys talk about? When you guys talk about your relationships?
Everything.
Speak on it. We want to hear.
No, I mean,
They want to know what you guys talk about.
At times it can be a play-by-play.
I can't even say a play-by-play. I hear that out there, a play-by-play. Wow, so be careful with it.
Because I think it's, especially when we go to our girlfriends, I think it's all right, so how do you think this is going? I think we're constantly looking.
What do you do in this situation?
Right.
Like, as a mom, you don't really discuss intimate relations with your daughters.
Right.
Right.
And so you go to your girlfriends to talk about something like that. So the play-by-play.
Right?
You guys scared me. You guys scared me. Sienna must have heard something. Wow. So
But yes,
you guys really get deep, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think women will overanalyze. I mean, I'm notorious for overanalyzing everything. And I'm in marketing, so I'm like double up on everything. So, and I think we kind of go to, one of my friends would say she's a poll taker. She will go to her friends and be like, okay, well, what do you think of this situation? What do you think, what's going on here? So I think that sometimes when things are confusing in relationships, it's like kind of comforting to hear another side of like, what do you think's going on here?
Isn't it amazing when you find out they're going through the same thing?
Yeah, definitely.
That helps, don't it?
Yeah, and what's crazy about the book, because when you first started asking, like, come on the show to say what's been going on since the book, right? Yeah. So, because it came out in 2014, and what I've noticed is, because at the time when I wrote it and was going through all this stuff, I felt like, all right, this is kind of an individual thing. I didn't realize how many people were going through the same exact thing.
You go into some deep, like, do you mind?
Oh, go for it.
You talk about, like, I know a big thing is domestic violence.
Yeah.
And you talk about something that you went through.
Right.
And I've been through it, and so that's something that a lot of people can relate with. And your personality and everything that you do is so just bubbly, and you're always, when you look on your Facebook, it's always inspirational and everything, and everything that you've achieved is, is always moving forward. So I just kind of wanted to know, like, what is it that, how, or like, how do I say it? How's the book really impacted your personal life and professional life after?
It's interesting because I know what you're saying. A lot of people, everything that came out while I was dating was like, this is what you're doing wrong. And it's like a man telling you what's doing wrong. So sometimes it just, I think the book needed to come out to feel like, oh my gosh, somebody else is going through this, somebody else had to go through this and they're not telling me everything I'm doing wrong. But when you were talking right there, I don't know, I think God will put the weirdest things in your life to remember for your whole entire life. The first poem I ever remember was on this little kitchen trivet, and it said, it's easy to be pleasing when life goes by like a song, but the man who's worthwhile is the man who can smile when everything else goes wrong. Mm. And so for some reason, I kind of just, there's a reason that was my first poem I ever remembered, and I kind of had that attitude, and I mean, I've had struggles. I had struggles earlier in my life, not relationship, to deal with. So I kind of always just took that approach of like, let's just be positive and move forward. And I'm constantly measuring my own success in business and everything and want to do better. But I've always kind of taken the approach of like, okay, your life's going up, and sometimes there's a dip, but you just keep on moving forward and aim for the top.
Wow.
And have these fantastic people covering you there.
Yeah, it's different today. It's weird. I went and me and her was kind of talking the other day, and I said, my relationship, like I said, I'm really, really, really old school, and these guys today, I always say I tell the truth. That's the one thing about me, man. I have a lot of faults, but the one thing I do is I always tell people the truth. I don't really care. She knows how I am, my sister. I don't care what people think. And my thing is, guys today are a lot more in touch with my dad used to call it their feminine side. To me,
Yeah.
I think guys are evolving and getting better. I really do, compared to when I was coming up. Out of the women today, there's no way they can deal with men the way men, you know what I'm saying, the way men used to be. And I really do look at them. But I also, I keep it real. Sometimes
Which
I
is
think
hard to find, to be honest.
yeah, sometimes I think guys, though, sometimes I just believe, I think women like men. I think they want men to be men sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, but
Sometimes
that
they
doesn't
go
mean...
too far.
Right, that doesn't mean, like, be pushy. That means, like, be a gentleman. And I mean, the honest thing, I mean, right there, I can't even, like, I have flashed this through in my head of how many people are, that I've dated that are just completely dishonest with no regret. And see, you're also a little older than what I got stuck with.
You know what?
But you know, there definitely was a wave of entitlement that went through, and that really screwed things up. You know, I wrote this down because it was. I read, like, recently, you should read this, it's great, Mindset by Carol Dweck, and it's called The Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. And they're, like, right when I saw this study in here, they did a study, Sherry Levy did a study of adolescent boys in this book, and they kind of highlighted it for a second. And I just can't stop thinking about this thing, because it was of adolescent boys, and that she kind of found that there's a split between boys of mindset in their relation to their views of women or women, girls at that point, and like how their self-esteem and what their thoughts of them. So basically, they took a group of boys and measured their self-esteem before asking them a series of questions. Then went into a series of, well, what do you think? Do you think girls are good at math? Do you think girls are good at science? Do you think you're better than girls at science? And half of the boys just answered, yeah, maybe they are, maybe they, kind of realistically no change in their self-esteem, where the other half went through and once they went through, and no, boys are always better at math. No, boys are always better at science. And they found at the end of the thing, half of them came out after saying these no, boys are better with a heightened self-esteem. And so I think that group ended up being the ones that like came into the dating pool where we got to deal with them. So women who were, when we're, intellectual and carrying jobs and going into business and stuff like that. If we get that 50% who, they need that self-esteem boost on these things that it's hard to date that group. And I don't think that was the case, when you were growing up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's different, man. It's even different. My dad had 5 daughters. I had 4. We were very, very close, and my daughter was over the others. My daughter's crazy.
How old is she?
All my kids are grown. My youngest is 22, so.
Okay.
And it was weird, man, because during my age, girls did this and guys did this, and it was weird because I saw times change, and I had to encourage my daughters, you can do this, you can do that, and it was weird because when I was coming up, they weren't supposed to do that.
I
And I
know.
got to tell them, hey, you need to go to school. You need to,
Go do all this
compete.
stuff,
You need
yeah.
to take care of yourself because nobody's going to.
Yeah.
That's such a different message
I
than
know.
when I was coming up. It was that's your job.
Right.
Is to provide for your and that's what me and her talk about all the time. How different is that now for women? Because you better have your own.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You better be
Oh yeah.
life.
And even if you're in a relationship now, you kind of
It takes
have
everybody.
everybody has to be working.
Wow.
Otherwise, you're not gonna. There's not gonna be no kids coming.
That's right.
It's on one income usually.
That's right.
So yeah, it's definitely the scope has changed, but I think it's allowed people to appreciate each other. If everybody's willing to appreciate each other for their individuality and their strengths. I mean, I always look at my mom. She's 70 and she's still complaining about how she was asked to stop playing softball at 13. Every girl had to quit playing softball at 13. And she's like still angry.
Still mad.
Like, let's just go play now, Mom. We'll put a league together, okay?
You're so right about that, man. We went this summer. We went to visit her mom, and her mom is a very strong woman. She is a very strong woman, and no, my wife.
Oh, your wife's
my
not,
mother-in-law,
okay.
And she lives in a $1 million house up in Tahoe, and she's been independent. Her husband, my wife's dad, committed suicide when she was a very little girl, and she just was like, okay. She picked up the pieces and built a life.
Oh,
she has a
gosh.
wonderful business. I love you, Julie Bean. I love you to death. She has a wonderful business up in Tahoe, and it was weird for me because she came up, she was really becoming who she was during the women's movement in the 60s. She's, very much a feminist and very much pro-women. And it was weird because I'm a big Donald Trump supporter. And so I brought up the wrong subject.
Yeah.
Because, he's old school like me. He says, oh, I can grab a woman. Well, you don't say that today, but back in the day, that's what. Right. And she really gave me a whole lecture on. And I had to stop because she was getting upset because what she's been through in her life, and to have that woman come that close to breaking through that final glass ceiling, she was mad. Yeah. She was mad, and I had to back. I stopped talking politics with her because, but she, you have to understand, that time and what she's been through.
Oh gosh, yeah.
To get to where she said men used to demean her in her job. They used to come right up to her and call her names, the C word, and this, that, and the other. She had to
I've had to deal with it many times. I've had past clients who grabbed my ass, and this is still going on. Yeah. I mean, to act like it's not going on is completely and I don't like the idea of making it normal, like making that normalizing that. And I think that's why it's been so offensive because it's not okay. There's a lot of problems just with that mindset that it's okay to do that to women. It's not okay. And it definitely gets featured in my book, and because where does it stop just from that one step where, some people will take that the wrong way, that I'll just take it one step further, and then it's next thing you know, somebody's completely destroyed another person's life.
Have you experienced that in the workplace? Have you experienced any kind of?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I'll sometimes use it not like inappropriately, but like carrying something or like when guys will be like, oh, I'll carry that for you. Definitely, okay, because I'm a female, they think that you can't do something or whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm being lazy, hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is, but I'm going to say this though. I want to say this. Because we're on national TV, I want to say this stuff. It is sometimes difficult for me because you don't know. That happens to me all the time. I don't know what it is about my show, but everybody tries afterwards. I think it's the Trump side. I had a Black Panther on. He was sitting right under the sign, and when he turned around and saw his cameo.
Oh my God.
And he almost died. I don't think you remember that. He almost died on the show. but yeah, take your time. But no, it is difficult because guys don't know where the line is sometimes, where being a gentleman and then overstepping. I really do believe there needs to be more discussion about things, especially in the workplace and just on. I don't think there's enough of that. I think that because I definitely think some of these lawsuits and some of these things they are for real, and they are, you know, these people feel discriminated against or feel like they've been sexually harassed. But I think sometimes men don't know. You know, who's told them?
Oh, I
Who's
know.
told them? I don't talk to my sons, but I mean, you know, who tells them that?
Well, you should talk to your son. You
right.
should talk.
You're right.
It is a
You're right.
responsibility of the
Yeah,
parent
you're
and
right.
the schools when they bring it
You're
up.
right.
That's what was so funny about my book when I came out with it. I think my voice is better. I have like the fans who are clearly the girls and gay men, they love it. And then I have like secret fans who are guys who are reading it to like, well, and they'll private
That'll probably be me.
instead of the girls who were like writing stuff on my Facebook and stuff like that, and guys will like private message me and they'll be like, I read your book. I don't know if I'm a wrong man or not.
I'm definitely a wrong man, but it's too late now. Wow, that's crazy though. That's
it's kind of fun. Yeah, but that just, you know, proves your point that a lot of guys don't have a clue. I don't know, and people are always like, write one for guys. It hasn't been a focus yet of mine. So they're like,
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Kelly. Right one.
I have had a lot of like, you need to do this, and like I've had a lot of people suggest what to do next. So I don't know. I mean, maybe that's down the road. It'd be entertaining.
I mean that's the thing. I think that I call it new age, new school, whatever. If we're gonna be totally new age, if we're gonna be totally new school, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the world is supposed to evolve. That's what's supposed to happen. But I think guys need books. I my wife listens to Steve Harvey a lot. He's really good as far as trying to help men, you know, as far as
okay, good.
and stuff.
I hope so. I love him as a comedian.
But I think guys are trying to like it. The guys are trying to figure it out. They really are.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand that. I mean, we were raised. You know, me and Lou, we old school, man. We was raised totally different, you know, and what was acceptable when me and him was coming up is not acceptable. I'd be under the table. It's not acceptable today, you know, and even Donald Trump. I that's the one thing I tried to explain to women. I had women on my show, and I said, you got to understand how old he is. He's
I
from a
know.
totally different world.
Yeah.
70, 50 years ago, he could do. You know, he just doesn't understand. Donald, you can't say that today. You can't just grab a woman today.
Can't be grabbing women.
You can't even talk about it. You're not supposed to even. I mean, really, that's not something you're supposed to.
No, because it kind of brings up that rape culture, which is very scary in society now. I mean, as a single
talk about that, guys. Talk about that because that it does disgust me. One thing I have to be very honest about. I have been privy. I have seen when I was coming up, and this was in the 60s and 70s, women get raped. When I was coming up, I can't speak for Lou, but because Lou is a totally different guy than me. But when I was coming up, especially in the ghetto, a lot of girls were taken advantage of, and you know, back then, women didn't really report that. They didn't really talk. They were ashamed. They had gotten themselves in a situation, and all they wanted to do was go home. But I was fortunate enough because I had a military dad. My dad always taught me, when you see something going on that's wrong, get the hell out of there. You know, don't be part of that. And so I would see one guy go in the room and another guy go in the room, and I would say, guys, I'm about to go, man. This girl, first of all, is young, and I'm not going to be part of this. And I would turn around. But it happens a lot, and I know it happens. Especially when I went to college, you know, if they're having that problem again now, it's starting to come back big time. And I want both of you guys to speak on that. Why do you think women do not report?
They're not taken seriously. And I mean, how many women are? It's you encouraged it, and I think that case with Brock Turner. The kid from Stanford who raped a girl and got caught by two other men, and she ended up in the hospital, had no recollection of all of it, and it was kind of like, well, she got drunk, your son got hammered and forced this woman into a trash, whatever, the garbage area, and raped her, but it's her fault because she drank too much. Like, and then we go back to the, guys and what they're, you're raised right. Where's the guy who's like, hey, I need to take care of this person because they, maybe they drank too much. I should make sure she gets a cab ride home or something appropriate, not go rape her. Who is this, But all these people are backing this kid because he plays sports. And so how is it supposed to make this girl feel? Because she's like she woke up in the hospital with like things, limbs and stuff like stuck in her skin because because of what he did, and she had no idea what had happened. And so she's been completely violated, completely taken advantage of, but all the accolades go to this little brat because he swam well once. And I'm a good swimmer, I can do that. But, so why, so sometimes it's like, well, I give up. What am I supposed to do? Because they'll do nothing. This was a clear case, and they'll do nothing. So why should you come forward? I mean, I think a lot of women back away because of that.
Wow. What about your sister?
Yeah.
Have you experienced anything like that?
Today's the day to be put on the spot.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think this is fun though.
Yeah, I have, and I did come forward, and when I reported it, it got turned on me, because the guy, when he went to jail, he lost his job and all of that, and in turn, it was even my boyfriend at the time, it was one of his friends, and so everyone blamed me for him losing his job.
Yeah, and
it's like,
what in the heck? It always turns, whenever there's some kind of weird failure, it does tend to come back, it's the woman's fault. And that's completely illogical. Because most of the time in these cases, we're kind of being strong-armed into it. So what are we supposed to do? And we get strong-armed into a situation, all of a sudden it's our fault. That's not okay.
Wow. Tell us, though, I know we got a little bit serious here, but I do like to talk about serious stuff, though. Like I said, my dad was military. My dad was a Christian guy. He's a serious guy. My dad's 6'2", 450 pounds. He's a big dude, man. He was a military police officer, and he was very strict. And my sister knows how protective I am about her, and I'm protective about, as far as women especially, guys, you protect yourself, but women I'm very protective of. What do you even think about that, Kelly? Did you look for a guy? Do you like a guy that you feel safe with? Be honest. I know girls talk about that. Yeah.
And it's also, I think, personal preference in a way, because I definitely like strong guys. My husband's very strong. I mean, he was an MMA fighter for a while. And, he's not that anymore. He's like, I'm not that big. Don't bring that up too often. He did it, probably 15, 20 years ago. But my personal preference, I do like that. And I'd like to feel protected. And maybe it is because of prior experiences where I didn't, feel that way. And my father was not. He could have been, but he was more, like I told you, more tech than anything. But I do think that he should have been more, because I do, when I look at him, I'll be like, he should have been a little bit more like the guy who, at an earlier age in my life, lining me up to these guys, make it clear that that's not an option. But I think he's just a pacifist, even though he was a Navy guy. So, but yeah, how about you?
Definitely you want someone that can protect you, but that kind of at the same time, it's like, because of the situations that I've been in, I also don't want somebody that can, override.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to feel, I'm kind of a control freak, so I kind of need to feel like I have some sort of control over that. I might be the dating room.
You ain't even wrong.
Oh my gosh, I have had so many guys like, I'm gonna write the book, I'm gonna write the counterpart to your book. I've had so many guys do
That's
that.
wonderful. Tell us, let me pay some bills real quick. We are sponsored, one of our proud sponsors is Ogden Market, right on the corner of 9th and Ogden. It has been there for over 30 years. It is a wonderful family market. They have some of the loosest machines in town. Ogden Market, right on the corner of 9th and Ogden, 2 blocks from the historic El Cortez Casino downtown on the corner of 9th and Ogden. Robert, you stop laughing. Ogden Market, it has been there for over 30 years. It's a wonderful family market. They have great prices. They have anything that you could possibly find there. If you want to cook something for dinner, go to Ogden Market. The shelves are always full. Wonderful family establishment for over 30 years. That's Ogden Market, right on the corner of 9th and Ogden, 2 blocks from the historic El Cortez. Sis, do you want to tell us about Mail by Renee, another one of our wonderful sponsors?
Yes, it's located on 10th and Charleston, $10 a month for personal mail service, boxes, mail forwarding, also U-Haul rentals.
Yes.
Give
me a number. You can
Oh.
call.
702-262-0703.
Yes, and also don't forget to go on the internet or subscribe to the Las Vegas Tribune. And this is the only independent newspaper in the city of Las Vegas. The Review Journal, all these other papers, they are controlled by the city. If you want to get the real news and you want to know what's going on, subscribe to the Las Vegas Tribune, either over the internet or you can get the paper sent to you. Call if you'd like to sponsor or have marketing in the newspaper on the radio shows.
702-426-6022.
Absolutely, and you can call in and you can get you can get a bundle. You can have your business or your corporation. You can advertise on any of the radio shows here at Radio Tribune. Chris Garcia, the Conservative American, Face the Tribune with Rolando LaRosse, Gordon Martinez, or Blue, the only independent newspaper in the city of Las Vegas. Thank you so much, and don't forget Mail by Renee, outstanding, 716 South 10th Street for $10 a month. You can get a mailbox. You can have a fabulous Las Vegas address. You can come in and see my wonderful sister, Kaylee Garcia or Cian Garcia, and they will take fabulous care of you. You can get a truck. You can get an address. You can come see Robert. Robert will tell you a few jokes. I mean, it is a wonderful place to come. Mail by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. The post office and these other places are $25 or more for you to get a permanent address. But Mail by Renee for $10 a month, you can have identification sent there. We sign for FedEx, UPS, and we have all the other mail services that the post office have. $10 a month, Mail by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. All right, we'll get back to the show. Kelly, tell us a little bit about what's going on, because I heard you are a marketing genius and you are an internet. And I mean, you got so many pictures on the internet. I'm like,
I know. I know. I used to say that if you can't find me online, the computer's broken.
I got 2 pictures. That's all.
Okay. Well, I've always owned an advertising agency, and as I wrote in the book, I'm not sure if you figured it out. I came down here for the Malou family, and they've sold many projects,
Yes.
and we haven't been doing a lot together. So after it was probably 2015, I started. I went through that recession. I think everybody did. A lot of my clients did from my advertising agency, like up in Portland and all that. And we had, there were some failures, but basically I kept kind of keeping it alive, and I did it mostly with the Malou family. And then came down here, and then as 2015, I just kind of said, hey, I can take other clients because I'm not doing as much with them anymore, and started kind of just like flowing a lot, getting a lot of my old clients back as the economy picked up and they're ready to spend some money again. So I've been busy
about your business. Tell me about your business. Advertise.
It's Social Magnitude is my digital marketing agency, and we have a team of 5 different people and manage small businesses. I love small businesses. I love working with them because it's kind of like that American dream to build them up to, and let's get let's really make this happen, So, small business, digital marketing, that's all you Google and social and paid.
That's what my sister's so good. She's had my social media here and over
I was
there.
wanting to pick your brain.
Yeah, totally.
She's Man, she is a genius though when it comes to social. And she told me you are the queen.
Aww.
That's what she was telling me last night. She said, "This girl." She said, "Let me show you her." I was like, "Oh,
I have a few things going on.
sounds good as gold."
It's really good. Yeah. And I feel like I've just, because it just kind of like, right, 2015, got so much business with that, and just kind of putting everything in place. And I have a few little friends who were working at different companies that I'm just trying to bring over to like be with me instead, and getting them all situated. So it's been nice to, like grow this business more. And
You got a number that people can reach at?
yeah, it's social magnitude 702-482-8529.
Excellent. And what all services will you give them?
I'll create a complete like digital marketing strategy for their businesses. So, and it's end of the day, it always comes back to how well are you doing on Google, and with your actually creating a conversion. So it's called SEO. I mean, I don't know how I can get really dorky if you want me to, but I try to like
He just lost.
I try to keep it pretty simple. In the end of the day, I want to get your business to the top of Google for what it is.
Right. That's very important.
And then also create a good brand in your social media outlets.
Wow.
So,
So my sister's gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you're saying. Like, I just be looking at you.
I know. And that's why I don't. I mean, I'll go through it, and I'll do webinars every once in a while to talk my clients through exactly what I'm doing. They just like when they get their phone to ring. So I'm like, all right, there's how many you got this week.
I'm the same as you. I bought my wife that little small business over there, and my sister has taken it to a whole nother level. But I'm the same. I love small businesses. My wife is living her dream right now.
Yeah.
I want her to have 5, 10 dealerships. Why not? I tell her, don't be settling with this one.
Great.
I want you to be the queen of U-Haul in Las Vegas. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe we're gonna do a little business.
Yeah. It's my favorite places. So, and you can get it a few other places, but just go to Amazon because that's the best. Another.
One of my clients is a licensed therapist, so we have been putting together a course actually for people, and it's kind of like a kind of the steps to get through dating the wrong man and kind of have a lot of fun. It'll be an online course, and so I do have that all outlined, but I'm gonna get ready and ramp that up here in a few months and do an online course. So if people want to sign up, like I'm pre-subscribed to that, there's a box on datingthewrongmen.com, and they can sign up for that. And yeah, right. I will be doing a test group, so I will do it for free for the first 150 people. So.
Oh wow.
Right, and it'll be like it'll probably be like a 10-week course, where we do one class and stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I like to have a lot of fun.
How much is your book?
It's on Amazon. I think it's like $16.99 right now.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Good price.
Yeah.
Good price.
Yeah.
Go on Amazon, get this book, Dating the Wrong Man. I don't have to worry about this, me and Robert. We're the right guys, but if you're a female, I got my buddy over there laughing at me. He's going to call me so many names, but it's all right. But go on Amazon and get Kelly's book, Dating the Wrong Man. It's all $16. Come on, you're going to learn so much. It should be $50 for $16.99 is a great price, Dating the Wrong Man.
And then leaving you some copies if you guys want to do a giveaway. And I did sign them all. So you have a signed copy, right?
We are blessed. We are blessed. So
that would be fun for your listeners.
I wish Kelly was doing the walk.
She should.
The moonwalk?
No, on
I can do that.
Saturday, Out of the Darkness walks.
What is
so
that?
Suicide prevention. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, every year they do a community walk at the Craig Ranch Regional Park.
Oh, okay.
So it's registration's at 9 o'clock. The walk starts at 10:30.
Okay.
And my brother decided that he's going to air during it,
Oh yeah,
right?
I'm gonna do the
Up
show
there?
from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, we signed up as
I got
a
my
team.
donuts.
So
Oh, so you're like, I need somebody to walk with me.
Robert was like, he's not walking
We
nowhere.
created an event so people can, join us to either meet here and go up together or meet up at the park together. And it's only until noon, so it's a couple hours. And they have an opening ceremony. They have a wall, so if you lost anyone to suicide, you can bring pictures and write things to post on the wall. Also on their website, they color coordinated, so if a relative or a loved one, you wear the colors and beads to associate that. You can also bring your pets. And if you donate $150, you get a free t-shirt. I think the pet bandanas are $10.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So far they've raised, I think it's like $26,000 so far.
Oh, perfect. And this is Las Vegas based.
It's national actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the chapter out here, I think they said is the 78th chapter.
Okay.
National, but they do walks all over the country, and then they do support groups, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love it.
Kelly, we got about 3 minutes left. I just want you to talk to women a little bit out here. Just tell them what do you think as far as their dating experience, and what little advice, little things would you give them to just continue to get through what they're going through until they find the right guy, the guy that they want to be with. Just a little encouragement.
Right, yes. I had a few years of my own. If you haven't read it, honestly, read the book because it does make you feel better about your situation, whatever your situation is. But also,